Hello and welcome to another Northgard video. Today I want to show you another Stag Clan build order video. I know that I did one already on the Stag Clan, but this were more the macro attempt build order that I used to play. Usually if I want to play an aggressive build, I have another build that I would just want to show right here. Many people may have seen this in my 1v1 series because I tend to do that a lot, because you can get a quite high win series in the lower ranks with it, because low rank player usually think if you're going wolf you want to rush, and if you're going stack you want to do a macro build. So you can quite surprise your enemy with that build, and I just want to show you how to start with that build. It's pretty basic, it's the usual build, the usual rush build order that I use, but with some stack extra things in it. So I'm just gonna start into play. I'm gonna start with the scout camp in the house, like always. So if you see mushrooms on the floor, like here on the ground, everywhere, mushrooms, this is a forest. This is 100% forest. Because there are nowhere mushrooms on the floor when there is no forest. So only thing I need to hope for right now is that there's no wolf on it. So come on, let's get lucky. Yeah. Perfect. So getting out the wood camp quite fast. Yeah. It's really more likely the usual rush build order that I use. But I'm gonna go a little bit longer than that you see how it really plays out, and you could really re-perform it with the Stag Clan until the end. Yeah, because I think it's really a quite strong tactic in nowadays, and I think most players should know it, so you don't get caught by that. Yeah, and the tactic loses a lot of its power when you when everyone knows it. So I don't think the wolf rush is all too scary. So I think many players don't think it's all too scary anymore, because they just, if someone goes wolf, everyone knows he wants to rush. Yeah, waiting for the extra camp. That time. Second one on wood. And I will even take one scout back right now, because I don't want to drop under 40 feet. Come back. The wood for the house. Just gonna let her walk till I think it will be enough food so I can get the next tile with it. Because I saw a shipwreck right there. Don't know. No, I don't think I'm gonna use it. Because I wanna show this under bad conditions, and the shipwreck is actually the jackpot what you can hit. With shipwreck your rush gets so much faster and better. So if you have one around, be sure to take it. Maybe build more Hall of Scouts than just one. But you can't do it all too early. Yeah, I'm gonna get attacked from here. Get the extra too low. Down. Yeah, can actually go there. But I'm still gonna take this tile around here. Nah, I'm not gonna take this tile here, because with a rush I usually, if there weren't the shipwreck right here, I would actually go for the shipwreck. I think that got clear. But if there were no shipwreck, I would actually look for going in the front, like you see right here. Here's my iron. No, here's my iron. Just didn't read the mini-map right. And finding the iron very early is quite important. Quite important. You want to find your iron really early. If I could actually take this. Ah no, won't happen before the winter. Right, a little corner I got here, but I'll be fine. The bear's quite slow. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Yeah, maybe consider to clear out the wolves before the bear, usually. Because a bear won't attack you, a wolf can attack you, so... always a better choice to clear out the threats first. So you don't get any extra attacks, don't get any extra damage on your units. Finding the enemy is actually very important, so be sure to do that. Hey, I got a little bit of wood, so I'm gonna build the Hall of Skulls. It's pretty important to build it as the next building. A second wood camp is needed if you don't have a forest. If you don't have a forest, you can actually play the whole rush with just one wood camp. You won't get in any problems. Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually playing it against the bot right now. I didn't mention that right now, so that is why I can play it quite chilled here. Wouldn't consider to do such a video against a real player. That would be quite hard. Because there are some more things to think about, usually. But I didn't found them already, so not too bad. But with another player, you really gotta watch out if he wants to build towers or what he wants to do. A bot usually doesn't really react to that things. Ah, yeah. We got him. If another player scouts you out and sees that you wanna rush him, he will obviously not want that and try to stop. I get a scout. The first lore I will go for is actually trading. Because main part of the plan is just stockpiling croons in your stock right there. Yeah, and get your war chief out, that's why we go for the iron, of course. And get the biggest number of war band out that is actually possible. Trading. Afterwards we're gonna need a house. Yeah, it's quite good that the scout didn't get hurt. That really helps. Yeah, something important to say is not build up your base too much. Don't go for 6. Would even, yeah, 5 tiles is possible. It's not impossible. But don't go for 6 tiles. You won't need them. You won't need that big of an eco. And every food you need to gather more are croons you can't collect. So focus on that croons. Just try to survive. I would have actually got a lot of sheep over here that I could kill. It would give me another nice boost, but I really want to show you it works with really bad conditions, even though it's not that strong then. But you see, I have sheep here, I have a ship here. Ruins can help you, everything can help you with that. I'm not even thinking too bad that you need to hit Tana for that. Sometimes I do, It of course helps, you get a lot of resources through it, but it's not necessary. You don't need to hit it. Yeah, one wood cap up. Scout camp up. We'll actually go for the silo. No, I won't. We'll actually already build a shield bearer camp. It's a little bit early for that usually, but I don't have too much to do anymore. Huh? Building the camp would be fine if I wouldn't drop in food so much. So just gonna keep that. Wait a little bit for it, because the most important thing is to get the iron pretty much right away. Ah, we found the base of the other player. I tend to sometimes destroy even my scout camp to get a silo up there if I have good wood that I could have through that shipwreck. Because the scout camp isn't really needed anymore if you found the main tile of your enemy. If you fail your rush and if the game goes on after that, that can actually happen if you really hurt his eco. He doesn't die. You really hurt your eco through the rush, of course, and you're like on the same level. You could just go on and play a normal game, but I won't really say that is it the best case, that this is the best case for you. There are better places for you. This new villager didn't give me too much on food. Ah yeah, no, I'm just gonna build that. No, I won't. Yeah, I'm just thinking about that. I want to get to the 80 food quite fast. Afterwards, I don't need that much of everything. Attack. That's my X-Thrower. Ah, yeah. Quite good, I got him away from there. He got really low on the beer fight. I should really consider to kill those wolves. So they won't attack me anymore. Actually, just should have killed it a long time before. Yeah, okay. One woodcutter can come back. Now really focusing on food, just for the moment. Value of great deeds, because of more croons. Don't need actually too much of the military upgrades. I'm just thinking. Yeah, it's quite stupid to have 4 sheep in here and not use them, but yeah. Go. Can already run up there. Just gonna need one. Already one running. Don't need that much more. Top rate. Oh, just got it. I'll need a second one on it. And we need another scout. So we're going up with our population. Yeah, I'm getting quite close to a rush. Don't have that much of yeah, don't have that much of croons, but will be enough. Just building up to it. Just got these 2 sailors out. That will help. I could actually consider to build a trading post. In the worst case scenario, I usually do that. Worst case scenario means you don't find anything that boosts your eco, like sheep, yeah, shipwreck of course, or ruins. Anything that could help you getting crunes quite fast. Without getting buildings built, that's the main case. Can't get to anything, but that will lead you to build something first, so build trading posts and then get villagers that could usually do something else that do that. Yeah, and that's basically the thing. You don't want to stockpile too much food all the time. You want pretty much to be on the lowest food count if when the winter ends. I don't know if you want to use exploits or something. I don't like to use those. You can even exploit if you want. I don't think it will work a long time because I think they will update it quite soon. But you could actually play with the starvation. I don't want to explain too much about that. If you want to know how to do that, maybe just hit the Reddit and read something about that. Because I think this tactic is quite abusive. I don't like it to pull it on other players. Yeah. Not cool. Yeah, but back to this tactic. Yeah. What will hit? Red infestation. That is not hitting me at all. I don't want to be on a high food count. Anyway. Could I place? Yeah, could place one more merchant in there. When she is done and got all the just mining, I need a little bit of wood. She got 5 iron. Right now she can just come back, get food again. Because a quite high food count will help at the rush. It will really help. Because you're gonna convert way too much of your villagers into warriors and just go all in on that rush. It's gonna be really worse if you don't have enough food there. But sometimes, if some of your warriors die at the front, it will actually go quite good. Now we can go for weaponsmith because the rush is coming quite close. Can even start to yeah, clear that tile a little bit out. Not completely, because if you clear a tile completely out, your opponent can obviously just expand on that and you will have a longer time to get on there. So usually let something live. So 2 wolves, yeah, that should be a quite fast deal with the war chief and stuff. You saw I don't got my war chief out right now. That's against the bot. It's not important, but against a real player, it's quite cool that maybe he thinks I didn't even got enough iron for it or something, and maybe he thinks I'm just a bad player, not doing that well. I went quite good with that tactic. You can maybe see it in my 1v1 series. Yeah, I don't know. The players weren't really set for it, what I done here. Worked pretty good. Yeah, so gonna build another extra camp. No, not actually a extra camp. Shield bearer camp we have already, so yeah, we have everything, so it doesn't matter what we build. Just if you have just 2 military buildings of a kind, you should really consider to build the third part of it, because if there were towers and stuff, your army composition is quite important. It's not totally unimportant, like some players would think. They just go with as much warriors they can do, or as much shield bearers, just what they like as much. But you gotta counter your enemy, to be honest. You can't just take what you want. Okay, merchants can come back just before the red infestation. Just thinking about just stopping the raid right here, because I really have a lot of runes, but I don't think that will be the best thing to do. Yeah, with 8 warband should actually be enough. We could go to 10 here, but I don't want to get too low on wood. I don't want to go too much back to wood in this winter. Gonna lose some food now for the rat infestation, but that's okay. Don't want to build a silo. Just lost 50 food for 100 wood. Yeah, that's okay. I will live with that. So, yeah, actually, you could already start with your rush. If the other player gets aggressive, like Wolf right now, you can just push out your war chief, get out some warriors. You would already be ready to defend a little bit. So this play is actually a good answer to the Wolf rush. If you want to just block the Wolf player out and then try to get the eco a little bit more done. But you gotta keep in mind the second winter is hitting and you didn't mind any stone. So that is not really the best start to get into macro play. I would consider to do the other build if you want to go into a macro build, more defensive, just staying back. Because we didn't build any silo right now. We didn't, not even the worst skill tree. And for value of great deeds, that's actually the one I go in macro builds too. But yeah, not the most important. Yeah. So I don't think I want to bore you out too much, so I'm just gonna pull out my war chief here. Get a few warriors out. Come on, a few extras. And just go in the front. Never forget, with E you select your whole warband. That makes it really easy to micro stuff. Need to stop the raid. Yeah, even the scouts can grab food right now, because it's the unhappy rush, like I call it, because everyone gets unhappy if you start rushing. Even your opponent. Always take a little look if they are back. Yeah, we're going for fur coats because we are obviously attacking in the winter. Wow, a scout camp in not the main tile. That's not seen often. Sometimes, yeah, you can actually see it. So this is basically how it goes. I don't want to bother you seeing how I kill a bot, because I don't think that it's quite entertaining. You saw what I mean. You can go quite early with your rush. I could have gone even earlier if I wanted to, but sometimes it's a little bit better to wait a little bit to get the right mass of army done. So I hope you learned something out of that video. I know it got a little bit long for a tutorial video, but I really wanted to show you the whole rush from start to end and explain to you what I do there, because I think this tactic is quite strong right now and everyone should know it, and I hope that you are able to use it right now too. So have a great day and see you in the next time. Bye bye.